This is our series in Mexico. We put everything in storage, packed our bags, and bought a one-way ticket. Our plan is to explore and eat our way through this beautiful and diverse country. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notified when a new episode drops.
Well, today we head to Cozumel to hook up with Amy's mom. Super excited about that, but we are a little sad to be leaving the Fairmont.
Today we are driving 42 miles south of Cancun, near Playa del Carmen. Off the Caribbean Sea sits a property with 240 acres of tropical rainforest and lush lagoons with calm waters. There are only 2 Fairmonts in Mexico, and it's time we visit one. If you've been following along for a while, you may remember that we stayed at all of the historic railway Fairmonts in Canada as we drove across. We've become loyal fans and almost go out of our way to stay at one of their properties now. As we learned, this hotel is special for so many reasons. They have more than 40 species on property, including exotic birds, freshwater turtles, and the hotel even provides secure nesting sites. While they were building the hotel, they used the Mayan technique of socoleo, which I'm sure I'm mispronouncing. But anyways, basically that means to replant the flora and fauna. They relocated over 1,500 trees and only planted indigenous species. They did it all in a way to protect the surrounding mangroves, which, as we've learned in the Yucatan, is so important. So while we were soaking up the sun at the pool and enjoying as much luxury as they offer, we were also eating exceptionally well, something that is not lost on us. We are enjoying dinner tonight at La Laguna, which is very appropriate. So we're on La Laguna. They specialize in Mexican cuisine and they use a lot of local ingredients that you can only find in the Yucatan. Super excited. And now for the part that we love best. They have a sustainable menu with organic vegetables grown by the local Mayan community, shade-grown organic coffee, and organic wines. We found ourselves going back to the beachfront Brisas restaurant for their raw bar and grilled seafood. Now, we'll talk about the breakfast buffet. I don't even like the word buffet, but this was incredible. If you know the love of a freshly made tortilla, this breakfast will pull at your heartstrings. All of our favorites made fresh from the farm, and the juice bar was everything. To get around, you can hop on and off the electric golf carts that circulate around the property, ride bikes, or walk. There are several pools to choose from, with bar service, and of course there is a beautifully maintained beach where you can lounge or play beach volleyball. Eric loves to sail, and was lucky enough to go out one day on a small Hobie catamaran cruising around the Caribbean Sea.
Today we head to Cozumel to hook up with Amy's mom. Super excited about that, but we are a little sad to be leaving the Fairmont. It's a great stay here. So, oh well, onward to the ferry.
Why would you look outside yourself when you...
There's just something about ferries. I love ferries. I love them so much.
Cozumel is the largest island in the Yucatan Peninsula and home to Ixchel. She's the jaguar goddess of moon and fertility and the wife of the sun god. She would give her blessing to women that made the pilgrimage to Cozumel. When the temples were dedicated to her, she would send her favorite bird, the swallow, as a sign of her appreciation. Cozumel means land of the swallows for this very reason. Many people believe that so many children were born on Cozumel because of her. Once a little fishing village, cruise lines first appeared in Cozumel in the 70s, thanks to Jacques Cousteau. This is when the population of the island hovered around only 10,000. Now there are about 100,000, and it is one of the biggest cruise ports in the Caribbean, with over 4 million visitors visiting via cruise ship. They get up to 8 mega ships at port per day. We were trying to wade through the duty-free traps and find something off the beaten path. We wanted to see if Cozumel had more to offer.
All right, Made it to our hotel in Cozumel, all checked in. It's on the beach. It's nice.
We found this little hotel away from the bustle of downtown. It had shaded loungers and a swimming dock in the sea. It was a perfect way to while away a few hours. Eric was able to book a morning scuba trip right through the hotel. Dive boat goes around from hotel to hotel. They came by and picked him up at the edge of the swimming dock, and off they went to the reefs. There weren't a lot of people the day that he went, which is always nice. And the current was pretty swift, which means he ended up doing a couple of drift dives. This is where you jump off the boat, go underwater, and let the current push you along the reef. It's pretty cool. At the end of your dive, you go to the surface, and the boat swings by and picks you up. The coral reef in Cozumel is very healthy compared to other spots, and there is a ton of underwater life swimming by. Fish, turtles, lobsters. The diving isn't particularly deep, usually around 60 feet on the first dive and 30 or so on the second. But you get about 200 feet of visibility, and you have the opportunity to see over 500 species of fish. Before dinner, we went to this little cocktail bar, Agave. They had inventive cocktails in a fun air-conditioned lounge. And just look how happy my mom is. Eric did some deep diving to uncover this restaurant we went to for dinner. It's tucked away on a side street. They are known for their seasonal and contemporary Mexican tasting menu, prepared in their brick oven. We opted to order a la carte, because how could you not order lobster lasagna? As always, time spent over a good meal. Catching up with Mom seems to fly by far too quickly. As you get older, you really start to appreciate how special it is to be able to celebrate your birthday with your parents. We found out it is totally possible to find a Cozumel off the beaten path of the cruise ships.
I'm on the boat! I couldn't resist. I can see people getting seasick. That would be bad. I hope I don't get seasick. Pretty cool. It looks a lot like the ferry, the San Juan Islands that we took, out there. So, that's cool. Nice. It's air conditioned. Cars down below. So we think we can sit back, like a little 30-minute little boat ride over.